been doing this for only like a day or two, but hey, who knows. But anyways, today I got Gramps with me. Gramps, say hello to the audience.
Hello, 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 hello.
It's dark in here, here. Alright, so today, of course, this WWE 2K19 video is bringing you some stuff about WWE 2K20, but also some wrestling news. But I want to start with wrestling news. So before I recorded this, Gramps actually saw a little story about a certain manager that I so happen to actually like. And hold on, I'll get his name out of the way. Jim Cornette. Now, what website is this, Gramps?
It's eWrestlingNews.com.
Alright, eWrestling News.
If you're able to look at this, eWrestlingNews.com. If you're able to look at this, go to the article, scroll down, and look at this shirt this guy made. It's a black t-shirt with a picture of Jim Cornette's face, covered in blood, with X's through the eyes, duct tape over the mouth. You can see his mustache sticking over it, bunch of spikes in his head, and it says "Fuck Jim Cornette."
I am actually, hold on, let me real quick, let me get my phone.
The company who's going to apparently make it is called Nuclear Heat Graphics.
E-Wrestling. Oh, eWrestlingNews.com. Hold up.
And they share parts of the Twitter conversations from Jim Cornette and this guy named G-Raver. How was it going to do?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
G-Raver. Sounds retarded.
Yeah, it sounds like an indie name. But anyways, let's go on. Hold on, I'm looking it up real quick. If this thing would load. Alright, Jim Cornette threatens to sue GCW star G-Raver over a new t-shirt.
Now scroll down past the conversation. You'll see the picture of the shirt.
Alright, conversations. Where is this? Okay. No.
You see it?
Hold on, I'm actually gonna look it up real quick.
I mean, I can understand why he's upset now. If you look at the shirt.
Oh my God. That is the most graphic t-shirt I have ever seen. So, for those who don't know, eWrestlingNews.com, type in Jim Cornette and read the article. But past the article, there is a t-shirt design, and this is from the company Nuclear Heat Graphics. Hold on. It says Nuclear Heat Graphics. I'm actually going to read the post. And this is from Twitter, so I'm going to remind this. It says, honestly shocked by how many people are offended by my Jim Cornette art for Stay Sick Raver. What is wrong with you people? First you attack comedy, wrestling, and now art is offensive? Is anyone allowed to create creativity anymore? I'll draw whatever I want. Hashtag Jim Cornette, hashtag Graver, hashtag GCW. What's GCW? Gullible Championship Wrestling? Because that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I've never even heard. It must be some local.
Apparently, I'm actually going to look that group up here. Oh, Gramps? Oh shit, Gramps! Gramps! Gramps left the newsroom! No! Gramps left the newsroom, y'all. Hold up. Gramps. Gramps, what happened?
Type error. Net type.
Nat type. And who would have thought? But anyways, I'm going to read the reply that Jim Cornette wrote, and I'm quoting this from the Jim Cornette, the official Twitter page of the famous Jim Cornette. Actually, I think you did a great job. My attorney, at Stephen P. New, is even a bigger fan, so much that you'll be hearing from him shortly. Thanks for playing. Now, as... Now,
continue?
Yeah, we're continuing. I was just like, wait a minute, we're freaking out here because, you know, all I'm hearing is like all I see was you leaving, and I'm like, no, Gramps is leaving. We gotta talk about this now. But anyways, so I don't know really how this all started here. I guess apparently it was it involved a wait a minute, hold on.
Jim Cornette had saw a video of this guy in a death match wrestling or something like that. He made a joke about how people in the audience should. The guy got cut pretty bad. Like, the audience needs to get up and go wash themselves off. They can watch this idiot bleed or something like that.
Here, I'm actually gonna read. I'm got actually here the page of what Jim Cornette has said on Twitter. He said, "That's a nasty little nick the guy got on his arm there at the end. If the fans were lucky, they probably stopped the show so everyone could watch this idiot bleed out." Good God. And then I guess this whole thing was a Twitter war. And then this is actually Stay Sick Raver or G Raver actually made the comment, "Hey, at the Jim Cornette, let me see you at the convention. I'll spit in your fucking mouth. You've done nothing to me. So you're an advocate for now you're an advocate for death." What the fuck?
Let me look at take a joke.
Well, here's the... And actually, this is kind of a thing that, and Gramps, I understand that this is kind of like a joke, yeah, this whole thing is kind of like a joke type thing, but that's because Jim Cornette, he comes from back when, he was managing back in the day. He thinks that, you know, some of the hardcore wrestling and the backyard wrestling and sometimes those mud show promotions are, let's just say, like, pretty stupid in his book, and it's not legitimate, basically, in his eyes. And so when they see something like this, he just thinks that it's stupid. And I understand.
So you put an unneeded wear and tear on your body.
Exactly.
For low pay. For probably maybe $100 if you're lucky. And you're walking out with probably a couple $1,000 hospital bill.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, people are just retarded. So I kind of believe in like natural selection, Darwinism. Some of these idiots that do this want to get popular for $50.
Yeah.
They're gonna get taken out the gene pool one way or another.
Yeah, you're basically just doing all these crappy stuff for basically.
Yeah, you're tomorrow too. I got you.
Your microphone's on the beard again.
No, my sister came in the room asking me about tomorrow. I have to get her to work tomorrow at 2.
Oh, at 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah, I gotta see what time she gets off.
You're...
I'm good.
you'll hear this in the first few times, everybody, that it's gonna happen like this because they're talking to somebody and then it will be right in his beard.
Yeah, because I'm laying down in the bed. That's the problem.
And actually, this is actually interesting. Actually, both Jim Cornette and G. Raver actually. Yeah, because, apparently Buffy the Performance Arts Slayer, which is, wow, saying a bunch of morons had donated about $5,000 to this worthless flashback's medical expenses. Meanwhile, people with genuine medical problems through no fault of their own get ignored by these lamb-brained simpletons. Jim Cornette with that response going, "This is the height of absolute insanity, the equivalent of I'm an idiot and jumped in front of a moving car, and I want you to help pay for it. There are sick children, poor elderly people, and abused animals who didn't bring any of that on themselves while acting like a goof."
I can see where Jim's coming from, still talking about these fucking idiots. And the way this guy responded back to him,
it's
proves
like
how much of a fucking dumb fuck he is.
Yeah.
It's like, you have Jim Cornette here. It's like Jim Cornette literally just walked into a trailer park and found a redneck. And the guy just started arguing with him. That's literally... No,
Yeah,
no offense, because I am partially a redneck. I work on cars for a living now.
Right.
My fingers, my nails are still stained in car oil.
Yeah, that's pretty much really what it is. But no, I understand.
Yeah.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just I'm still kind of like glancing around at a few things. I saw two things pop up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one thing is apparently Kurt Angle has a new job in the WWE. He's going to be a producer for Raw. And apparently he's producing the next Raw show in New York.
Really?
Not sure what day it is. Yeah. The other thing is, Paul Heyman is pushing somebody.
Did they say who he's pushing?
Yep, report. Paul Heyman is behind Cedric Alexander's push. He wants to give Alexander a slow push to the top of the roster. And that push involves him getting in a feud with the United States Champion AJ Styles, who will now face the Clash Champions pay-per-view in Charlotte, North Carolina on September 15th.
Yep, and that's actually this Sunday, actually, believe me or not. And that's the show I'm actually going to be watching Sunday night. So, hey, perfect.
So yeah, Paul Heyman is the one behind Cedric Alexander's push.
Wow, alright. And I'm actually kind of glad that he's doing that because, you know, for years we always think that, oh god, we see Paul Heyman as this guy that will be behind Brock Lesnar all the time. But Paul really cares about pushing pretty much maybe other stars as well. I mean, he would push... I mean, he can push anybody maybe to a moon and then stick up there. And then with this idea that he's pushing Cedric Alexander into this feud with AJ Styles for the U.S. title, that's really, it's helpful for Cedric's career by far. So I'm going to be very interested on what they'll do with Cedric in the future. And with Paul Heyman behind him, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, does the name Luke Harper mean anything to you?
Luke Harper, yes, he's one of the members of the old Wide family, but then he started going out on his own. And apparently he was supposed to be trying to leave WWE because of mistreatment over there with WWE, and no one would let him go.
Well, there's an article that just came out today. So, news on Luke Harper's status with WWE. Alright. Dan Meltzer was asked on the latest expedition of Wrestling Observer Radio about an update on Luke Harper's returning to the WWE. This is where Meltzer noted that there's no update because Vince McMahon doesn't see anything in him, which means he doesn't want to use him. As a result, Harper is essentially being paid to sit at home. Well, his contract was originally set to expire around late fall. WWE added 6 months to it because of the previous injury. He would now be free to leave around April. Harper asked for his WWE release last April, but it was not granted.
Yeah, it was denied, yeah. And it's really sad, though, really, because Luke Harper, I think it was one day, I was watching old footage from Luke Harper's old independent days. I mean, he can wrestle, he can talk, and he knows how to perform. And actually, you would never see a big bearded man like Luke Harper going for a suicide dive on the outside. You would never see that. And you don't think I'm kidding around, I ain't bullshitting. It amazes me how that happens. Oh, and by the way, I think we got... We got a new guy by the name of James Keen 2020. Well, James Keen, thank you for the subscription, and thank you for liking this video and talking about this show. But anyways, yeah, but it's sad now because you got so many of great performers, and you're not really doing anything with these guys like Luke Harper. I mean, Harper's a former tag team champion, a former Intercontinental champion, believe me or not, and now they're just kept him at home and just, you know, it's sad, it's ridiculous.
Keep going.
I mean, it reminds me of the time that one time, and I'm actually going to go back to Cornette real quick. Jim Cornette, he wanted to leave TNA Wrestling back in the day, and the reason why he couldn't leave TNA for a while was, well, here was the deal. They fired a guy by the name of Vince Russo because he was head of the creative at the time. They fired him, and then Jim Cornette came in, and Jim Cornette remembered one day Dutch Mantel or Seb Coulter called him and said, well, hey, they let go of a few people, but they did hire someone new. Who? Vince Russo. And Jim Cornette trying to give Jeff Jarrett, who was the owner of TNA at this time, well, a minority owner of TNA at least, a recognition because he didn't want to deal with Vince Russo, and Vince Russo was, you know, was the shits. And I'm not meaning good shits, I mean bad shits. Like you would have Taco Bell on a Saturday night and you will have diarrhea on Sunday morning. I'll just put it that way. And Jeff Jarrett said, nope, we're not taking your recognition. You don't have to work with him. You know, Dutch is your producer, whatever.
Oh.
And it just reminded me of that, so.
as a little asterisk to the Jim Cornette, reading the article here, NWA to have Jim Cornette as commentator for upcoming TV taping.
Yep.
The NWA has announced that the first set of TV tapings, Jim Cornette will be their color commentator for the new studio show.
NWA now.
September 30th and October 1st.
Wow.
He's gonna be on the show.
Yeah,
NWA. Is that like a Southeast? What's that? Abbreviation for?
Well, actually, believe me or not, the NWA was actually National Wrestling Alliance, and it's been around for years. But as of late, they haven't really been not notified, but now they're starting to get their footing back. As a matter of fact, the last time NWA was mentioned was NWA had a partnership with TNA, and that's how the NWA World Title ended up on TNA television, was because that it was their world title at that time, around 2006 or so, before they gotten their own world title over there, and they just hushed freaking, you know, the NWA. So the NWA has been around for years, but the only thing was no one ever talks about the NWA for a while, and now they're coming back. So
Boy, keep going.
yeah, but so NWA has been around for years. It just hasn't been deeply notified for a long time. But go ahead.
Alright. You ever heard of Ohio Valley Wrestling?
OVW, actually, in fact, it was actually Jim Cornette's baby. As I would say. It was I'm sorry, but it was actually just it was an actual kind of like an independent. It was actually like a development program between WWF and the WWE and OVW, to develop stars. And actually, in fact, OVW gave us John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, Batista. They gave us all those guys. And actually, OVW was responsible for Mark Henry. Mark Henry, actually, he was there on a big contract for WWE, but they sent him to OVW to get him to work the business and show him how to do the business. And then they put him back in WWE and make him, a standout guy in WWE. So, but anyways, go ahead.
Alright. OVW has announced a return to weekly TV. Now, it's an Al Snow-led promotion. Their first show, a name popped up. The list of the different matches. Once is OVW TV title gauntlet featuring Rhino and more. So Rhino's doing something with OVW. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
But you know what? And actually, that's real interesting because I think what I'm thinking this is OVW is really, and the reason why OVW is an Al Snow production, I think it's because Al Snow started to take interest again in like doing Ohio Valley Wrestling, and Ohio Valley Wrestling is actually like somewhere in like Kentucky or something like that. But if it's going, on something more, that would be great. But it's usually in Kentucky. But if you're getting something like this with guys like Rhino and doing the TV title with Gauntlet and whatever, that's great. That's great. And as for Rhino, actually, I think he had a business dealing with WWE. Then he was let go. Then he went to Impact. And I think they're no more. I think their dealings are no more on there than Fly to the Moon.
So, it's really good. Rhino's doing something, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently Al Snow bought OVW.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I'm reading, because he did an interview with Wrestling Inc. talking about different topics. And he says, last year I bought Ohio Valley Wrestling, and I believe today we are getting our accreditation for trade school. We still have a 2-year curriculum for athletes to learn skills and psychology of the in-ring performance, all aspects of sports entertainment and talking. So he's going to turn it into basically a school to learn how to wrestle or work with equipment for a wrestling show.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is basically what it's going back to. It went back to its roots. Because originally it was like a training school and also learning the ropes and stuff like that. And then they would do like shows like that. So I'm actually glad that Al Snow is doing this because he's following back to what it was originally. So that's great.
Yeah. OVW has produced Cena, Batista, Beth Phoenix, Alicia Fox, and more.
Well, okay, well, first off, I will actually have to mention, Grams, your microphone, you kind of sounded like you were a little far away a little bit.
I don't know. I'm far away mentally.
Like, hello.
But I was saying that they have those people like Cena, Batista, Beth Phoenix, Alicia Fox, and more.
Wait, Alicia Fox was it? I didn't even know that. Oh.
Yeah, apparently. According to the article.
Well, that's not... Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad that OVW is going back to what it was originally, and then it's going to go on. But anyways, do we have any more stories that you're reading there, or are those the stories, really?
Ultimo Dragon officially joins Dragon Gate roster.
Oh my god, Ultimo Dragon. No,
Ultimo Dragon will be returning to Dragon Gate. He made a return at the Dragon Gate Storm Gate 2019 event earlier this morning. This is an article from yesterday.
So this is yesterday's article. Well, so as of right now, we don't know if he even is at the roster right at this moment. But
apparently, he completed in the main event match alongside Darkness Dragon and Dragon Kid against Masato Yoshino, Naruki Doi, and Yamamoto.
You actually said those correctly. Congratulations.
I can speak somewhat fluent bullshit Japanese.
Oh my god. My god. Ultimo Dragon, man. He's gotta be. Oh my god. Let's see.
Alright.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, look at this. Alright, I just looked this up. Ultimo Dragon was born December 12th, 1966. So, and now he is now 52, gonna be 53 this year. 53 years old, and he can actually still go. That, you know, that amazes me, really. Because you could still, you know, you can, I'm sorry, I know you like, okay, wait, I gotta talk about something, but then I have to continue on.
Oh, let's try and get your comments up, man.
And it's funny, though, because some of these max wrestlers, they still wrestle, and it just amazes, you know, it amazes me, really. Like, you ever heard of them?
Some people just hold up better over time.
Oh god, yeah, they do. I mean, freaking, you know the wrestler Mil Mascaras?
Sounds familiar.
the guy, this was Jim Cornette telling the story. Around 1989 or 1990 or 1988, I don't remember. They were doing a show out in Texas, and it was near the Mexico border, and they were thinking, oh, you know, we're gonna have a Mexican superstar. We have to have a battle, and oh my God, guess who just came on? Hold on. The Wolf has joined the fray. Oh my God, I just said that with confidence. The wolf is on the hunt. God, the wolf is on the hunt, folks. But anyway, but Mil Mascaras, he was like around 60 at the time, but he still had the body when you had the mask on. And he would still, like, do the big crossbody from the top rope, so...
Well, I think it all depends, sadly, on body type. Because you look at Ric Flair, smaller guy, wrestling into his 60s. The big guys is where the wear and tear wears down. Like, look at Undertaker. Look what happened to Andre the Giant. Look at Kevin Nash, the king of tearing his quads. The big guy.
Well, no, actually, that title has to be taken away, though, by Vince. He didn't tear just one quad, he tore two.
Yeah, but Vince did it, I think, once. Kevin Nash just walks in a room and tears his quad. Like, I'm surprised he's just not in a wheelchair.
You know, I actually saw, like, latest Instagram stuff of Kevin Nash because I follow him on Instagram. Hello, Wolf.
Hello, fat asses number 1 and 2.
And guess what? You are just joined in the live stream. Congratulations.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I see the little camera next to your Wwe 2K19.
We're doing a wrestling podcast, so I can get your...
So yeah, you just joined in actually. What you missed so far, Jim Cornette is apparently supposed to be suing one of the GCW wrestlers over a t-shirt design that might actually not give you like a nod on your head, so.
Basically, it's a picture of Jim Cornette's face.
Well, here, Gramps. Here, Gramps. Go to, John, if you have your phone near you, go to eWrestlingNews.com, type in Jim Cornette, and then look at that article. You'll scroll all the way down, kind of like go down to the, and you'll see the picture of the t-shirt. But anyways. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, usually and actually, believe me or not, Ric Flair, actually, he didn't look like that from back then. Like, he wasn't skinny before. He was like,
I mean, just look for example. Look at
it was a big guy.
Us three here. I'm pretty sure by the time we're 40, all three of us are gonna have bad knees. Oh hell, I already have bad knees. Big guys need more weight to carry around, like more stress in the body. That's why you saw stuff that happened, like Andre the Giant or Big Show or Peyton. It's all the extra baggage. Your heart has to work harder. You can carry around all this extra weight, versus the smaller people. That's why the smaller people hold up better in the long run. Big guys are good, like showstoppers, but you can only get a few years out of them before their bodies are falling apart. Versus Ric Flair, who wrestled for 50 goddamn years.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Or back to Ultimo Dragon, 53, still wrestling with people half his age.
Yeah, like really. But anyway, so
that Ultimo Dragon thing that I was talking about. Apparently, Triple H had a backdoor meeting with a major Japanese promoter, Dragon Gate, in order to maybe work together to create a Japanese version of NXT.
Yeah, because they already had the success of NXT UK, so next thing you know, they're gonna just bring over Japanese wrestlers, and I'm not gonna be surprised if they're gonna name it NXT Japan.
Well, so what we're looking at is an NXT Japan brand and an NXT Australia.
Hey, there you go. And actually, I know just a good guy is from Australia that can work in freaking that area. Shaden Thorne. But anyways, what else do we have before you know what? And I don't think we need to worry about WWE 2K20 because I don't think any of y'all.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just waiting for this to be over so I can go to sleep. I thought it was going to be a 10-minute chat turned into what, 40, 50 minutes so far?
Oh my god, no, I think we just... Well, we'll have to see when we get the video dropped. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been live streaming, Cameron? Roughly about what?
Well, I don't know what time we actually started the damn thing, actually. I didn't think we even talked that
I see you guys have had this party going for over 3 hours, so...
Well, I haven't been on that long.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on a little bit longer than Gramps, so... alright.
I was sitting down playing World of Warcraft. Sent me an invite. Alright. Well, we call it there.
Yeah, let's call it here. Let's get it out of here, because I know you're about to probably pass out.
Leave it on the counter.
Huh?
I said leave it on the counter. Alright.
Well.
Tell Billy I said hello.
Okay. No, that's fine. Alright, anyways.
Alright, well, good night, everybody. Oh, my goodness.